guys, and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Curios Village. Our story so far. After a long search, Luke and Professor Layton finally gain access to the tower. Inside, they learn the truth behind the village of St. Mystia and Ramon's abduction. So, this is probably going to be the final episode. We'll just have to see how long it takes us to get through these last few puzzles, I think. Fancy meeting you here, dearie. How would you like to try a little puzzle I made up? How on earth did she get up here? She must have overtaken us at some point. Funny, I didn't even see the old girl pass us. Nip, nip, nip. Quit whispering amongst yourselves and try my puzzle already. It's a humdinger. She kind of sounds like Sean Connery. Puzzle 98, card order. You've placed one joker and 4 aces with different suits face down on a table. Use the hints below to determine the position for each card. The club is to the immediate right of the heart. Neither the diamond nor the joker is next to the spade. Neither the joker nor the diamond is next to the club. The club is to the immediate right of the heart, so to the immediate right means right next to it, correct? The diamond nor the joker is next to the spade. The joker nor the diamond is next to the club. Neither the diamond nor the spade is next to the heart. Okay. The club is to the immediate right of the heart. Neither the diamond nor the joker is next to the spade. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Neither the joker nor the diamond is next to the club. Neither the diamond nor the spade is next to the heart. The club has to be to the immediate right of the heart. Neither the diamond nor the joker is next to the spade. Neither the diamond nor the spade is next to the heart. Neither the diamond nor the spade. Okay, the club is to the immediate right of the heart. Neither the diamond nor the joker is next to the spade. Neither the joker nor the diamond is next to the club. Neither the diamond nor the spade is next to the heart. I like those kinds of puzzles. 70 picker-outs though. Oh yes, that's the answer, alright. Well then, I guess I'll be off. Come visit me sometime. Yep. I guess she followed us in here. Doesn't seem to be any hint coins in here. Or out here. Just like I thought. There's another puzzle locking this door. It looks really difficult, Professor. Luke, my boy, haven't you learned by now? No puzzle is without an answer. Now, we simply need to find that answer. Here, allow me. Puzzle 99. 333333. Use each of the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once to fill in the blanks and complete this equation. Okay. 9 minus 6. Oh wait, that's not how it works. Oh boy, this is going to be rough. 1 through 9, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has to be like 10,000 or something. 4, 5. Oops, nope. And then 9, 8, 7, 6. I think I'm going to get out a calculator for this. So bear with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minus 9786 equals 2559. If you go this way, that'll probably be more, wouldn't it? 3, 4, 5 minus 9876. Yeah, we've gone the wrong way. 13824 minus 9765. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab a hint. At its core, this is a simple math problem, so you're just going to have to work it out if you want to solve it. However, there is a way to cut down on the amount of work you need to do. Try thinking about the first and last digits for each number. The leftmost digit in the upper number is 4. Okay. What? The leftmost digit in the upper number is 4. 40-something thousand. Oh yeah, it's 33,000, isn't it? Okay. Right. Which would make this like... Okay, 41832 minus 9765 equals 32. 831 minus 9765 equals 33,066. 42831 minus 9567 equals 33,264. F 42813 minus 9567. Okay, let's grab another hint. 7 is the leftmost digit of the bottom number. Okay. Alright, now 42813 minus 7569 equals 35. This is the last hint you're going to get. For the top number going from left, the first 3 digits are 4, 1 and 2. Okay. 41239 minus 7865. 33,374. That's pretty close. 41268 minus 7935. There we go. Not the most interesting puzzle. 2 correct configurations. Creativity and persistence, Luke. As long as you have these, no puzzle is beyond your reach. Professor, I was just thinking, do you remember that picture we found in Lady Dahlia's room? The one of the Baron's late wife, Violet, holding a child who appears to be the young Flora, of course. That's the one. It's uncanny how much Lady Violet looked like Lady Dahlia. Do you suppose Baron Reinhold's journal entries were talking about Lady Dahlia? Sharp thinking, my boy. I believe it went something like this. The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of my sweet Violet when she was alive. That's the one that tipped me off. Professor, do you suppose Lady Dahlia is actually a robot built to resemble Lady Violet? That's entirely possible, maybe even probable, given the circumstances. But if so, what a terribly sad story these entries tell. Do you remember what the next entry said? Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently, she spends more time playing by dear Violet's grave than anywhere else. I'm sad to say, but I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed its memory. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I just couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. Violet, there can never be another you. You are my first, my last, and my only. The Baron arranged for the construction of a robot for Flora that was identical to his late wife. But living with a machine that was so similar to his wife must have been too much for him. Thus, he decided to change the robot's personality, and so Lady Dahlia was created. As she was originally created as a mother figure, she must have gone through a confusing transition. Professor, do you suppose these robots feel sadness? Honestly, I'm not quite sure. But I have a feeling that each of these robots has something not unlike a human heart. What do you think? I hope they do. Alright, only 2 mysteries left. Do you suppose we're near the top yet? Yes, but it seems that we have another puzzle on the way before we get there. Puzzle 100, 7 squares. Your task is to draw lines between the pins on this board to form 7 squares. The 7 squares do not have to be uniform in size, but you can only use each pin once. Okay. You can only use each pin once. Draw lines between the pins on this board to form 7 squares. Can't I just do this? Oh, I can only use each pin once, right, okay. Oops. Ah. I see. Why can't I now choose my pin color? That's weird. Okay, let's clear. This one can go here, like that. Or it can do this kind of thing. But that's really all it can do. That's a pretty bad one, okay. And there's no pin there. Brilliant. Oop, let's not do this. Get out of here. It's very overwhelming, this one. Let's get some hints. Most of the squares you make will be tilted not 45 degrees to the side, and their sizes will vary as well. Any hints where to start though? Here's the location of one of the squares. Connect the 4 pins in the top left corner to form a tiny square. This is the only square on the board that isn't tilted. Okay, thanks. In the, where was it? Top left? Connect the 4 pins in the top left corner to form a tiny square. Okay. The only one that's not tilted. I don't know if you guys ever played the Harry Potter, like, Chamber of Secrets Game Boy game, but I'm having mad flashbacks to that game whenever I hear the music because it's very similar. Super reminds me of it. The largest square contains the pin that's third from the top on the left column and the bottom pin from the far right column. You also need to form a small diagonal block using the 2 pins lined up diagonally on the bottom left portion of the board. What? The largest square contains the pin that's the third from the top on the left column. So this one, I guess. And the bottom pin from the far right column. That's not a square. Third from the top on the left column. Okay, so I had to look this one up because it was pretty tricky. And let's go by the hints again. Connect the 4 pins in the top left corner. Yep, done that. Okay, the largest square contains the pin that's third from the top on the left column and the bottom pin from the far right column. So that's actually like this. And the reason I was struggling was because that didn't look like it was going to be a straight line, you know. Okay. Then we have this one, and most likely this one. Yep. Then like this. Then like this. Then like this. So yeah, I had to look that up in order to move along. That's right. Tracking down all those tilted squares was pretty fun, wasn't it? No, debatable. Now we're free to keep climbing. You know, it's very odd how this tower is simply huge, and yet there's almost nothing inside of it. Yes, quite. Other than Bruno's room in the basement, the whole place is rather bare. Perhaps that is why Bruno's machines make such a racket. This tower is like a giant megaphone. But why would anyone want to construct such a big, purposeless tower, Professor? It's exhausting to climb this thing. Ha! Did you ever consider that this tower might have been built for the express purpose of exhausting us? This is just another one of the many trials that have been set out for seekers of the Golden Apple. Gosh, that makes perfect sense. Meh. Debatable. Maybe that's also why the tower looks so scary on the outside. This floor doesn't appear to have any puzzles set up for us. So if we climb this spiral staircase, maybe we'll reach the top floor. I think you may be right, my boy. Come, let's hurry. That might have been a point of no return kind of thing. Looks like it was. Oh my gosh. Our view was obscured from the ground, but who would have suspected a charming cottage like this here? Look, the lights are on, Professor. It would appear that someone is living here. Chapter 9 solved. If we're near the end with not many puzzles left, if any, why are we still getting hint coins? You've reached the top of the tower. Continue into the house or return to the village to explore. I think we'll just continue into the house. What kind of person would live in a place like this? Unbelievable. Just look at this room. The stuff in here has to be worth gazillions. This must be the top floor that Bruno spoke of. So we might be standing in the same room as the Golden Apple at this very moment. I've been waiting for you two.
It's you! What's this? What's going on here?
My boy, what you see here is the Golden Apple herself.
You're the Golden Apple? Professor, you knew about this? I had an inkling. Don't you see how genius it is, though? The Baron didn't write the will to find a successor to his fortune. His true aim was to find a worthy guardian for his daughter, and he was willing to put his whole fortune on the line to do so. Yes. My name is Flora. I've been waiting here in the tower for so long. Were you locked up in here the whole time? Obviously not. We've seen her walking around, you doofus. Oh no, but before Papa passed, he told me that I should wait here until someone from outside St. Mystia came for me. Papa said that whoever came for me would be someone I could trust with my life. So that's why he kept watching us move about town. What was that?
What's going on? Oh! Here I come! Ready or not! Follow me! Come now.
Follow me. We must evacuate this tower immediately. What now?
Go ahead without us. I have an idea. We're fine. Go on. It's all right, dear. This way.
What are we going to do? I've got it. Just wait a moment, Flora.
Layton, I'll smash you right out of the sky. No. This isn't over yet, Layton. Just you wait. One day I will have my revenge on you. Hold tight.
Thank goodness you arrived, Professor. Don Paolo's flying contraption was something else. I really thought we were done for back there. Yes, it was all quite dodgy, but he also provided us with the answer to one of our ongoing mysteries. Do you remember that awful noise we heard the first time we visited Reinhold Manor? The one that spooked Claudia? Oh, so that must have been the noise. You've put it together. The racket was likely Don Paolo's contraption making a crash landing. If that's the case, then we now know the approximate time of Don Paolo's entrance into St. Mystia. That makes perfect sense. It figures then that Franco wouldn't have noticed Don Paolo's entrance. So, if Flora is the golden apple that everyone's been looking for, that means that the treasure that Lady Dahlia and the others were chasing never existed in the first place. No, I'm fairly certain they weren't mistaken. I do believe a fortune is hidden somewhere within this town, but the Baron would need to hide it somewhere only the golden apple would know to look. You mean that Flora knows where the treasure is hidden? I'm sorry, but I don't know about a treasure or anything like that. Let's head back to Reinhold Manor one more time. I suspect we'll clear everything up there. Professor, do you really think the treasure could be located here? Look closely at this painting, Luke. I'm sure it holds the key to the Reinhold fortune. But I've already looked at it. If we solve this mystery, Luke, I'm certain we'll come face to face with the Reinhold treasure. Touch the painting where the golden apple is hidden. Was it where a birthmark was? I remember now. It's right here. Aha. A hidden switch. The switch seems to have activated the wall. And to think that Reinhold Manor held the secret behind this painting all along. It looks like there's a passage that leads farther in. Oh. Let's see where this passage goes. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this place. I had no idea. Now how in the world did you know that the switch was hidden in the painting? Listen closely, Luke. Wisdom wasn't the only thing Baron Reinhold required of potential guardians for his only daughter. You saw it too, did you not? That peculiar mark on her neck that only appeared once she laughed? In other words, Baron Reinhold set out one last requirement for the potential inheritor to his fortune. He wanted someone who can make Flora smile again after losing those dear to her. Oh, that's actually tearing me up a little bit. To that person and that person only would Baron Reinhold reveal the location of his actual fortune. That's unbelievable, Professor, but it all makes sense now. Flora, my little Flora. Where's that voice coming from? Flora, you've made it here at last. That voice, Papa, is that you? Papa. My dear Flora, has the village watched over you as I would have? I built St. Mystere for you so that you would never have to know true loneliness. Well, to be fair, Bruno did the actual building, but that's beside the point. In any case, if you've come this far, I suppose it's safe to assume my plan was a success. My greatest regret is that I'm not there to see you become a young woman. But please know that I want nothing more than for you to be happy. Whether the person by your side right now can give you that or not is up to you, I suppose. And to you who have found your way to my daughter's side, you have my heartiest congratulations. Few could make it through the barrage of puzzles I set before you. I imagine a person of your abilities has already caught on, but allow me to reveal St. Mystere's secret. The secret of St. Mystere? Recently, I was told by my physician that I don't have much time left on this earth. I can come to terms with dying, but the thought of leaving my only child alone in the world torments me. This is why I've commissioned Bruno to construct St. Mystere. At least this way she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture to the outside world. Streets and buildings are the bones of a village, but its heart is the people who live in it. This is why I asked Bruno to create all the villages here, as well as all the puzzles hidden within them. I've asked Matthew to make news of my death public only once Flora has grown past childhood. So, stranger, how does my beautiful little flower look now? I imagine she's blossoming into adulthood. Equally important to me is finding someone to whom I can entrust both my daughter and my fortune. This is why the inhabitants of St. Mystere are constantly testing the knowledge of the visitor. If you've made it this far, it must mean that you possess both wisdom and dedication to my daughter. I am confident that you will take good care of my fortune and Flora. This is why everything in this room, the whole of my fortune, belongs to you now. When you remove it from here, St. Mystere will complete the objective for which it was created. I imagine the inhabitants will fall into a deep sleep from which they are never to awaken. Now wait just a minute, is he saying that if we take the treasure, all of St. Mystere will just disappear? I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Luke. But it's possible that St. Mystere is designed to shut down the instant we lay a hand on the treasure. So if that happens, everyone will just stop. Just like puppets with their strings cut. I leave it to you, brave traveller. Draw the curtain on St. Mystia and lay this lifeless village to rest. Above all else, take care of my precious daughter. She's in your hands now. No, Papa. I can't believe it. If we even touch this treasure, all of St. Mystia will just grind to a halt. Flora, by right, this inheritance belongs to you. You should be the one to decide what's done with it. I don't want it. But why ever not, my dear? The people who live here have been with me for so long. Curious as this village is, it's watched me grow up. I want St. Mystia, my village, to just stay as it is, forever. I see. Then so it shall be. But what of you, Flora? Will you stay here with your village? I... All the mysteries solved. Are you sure this is quite all right, madam? Certainly. If leaving will make Flora happy, I'd like nothing more than to see her off with a smile.
Goodbye then, little village. What an astonishing village that was, Professor Layton. Does this mean you'll be gracing the front page of the London Times again sometime soon?
No, Luke. St. Mystia's secret must stay between us.
Huh? Why do you say that?
You'll see, my dear boy. We don't want people to make a spectacle of Flora. That wouldn't be right.
Of course. Always thinking of others.
Well, one must always put a lady's needs first. That's what a gentleman does.
Well, it's been a long time since we started our journey to St. Mystia. That's, of course, mostly my fault for starting too many series at once, but I do love these games. I'd like to do more in future, I think, but first I'm going to focus on finishing all the ones that I've got going, and then give myself a little break from long series such as this. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this series and this game. They are such darling little games, and I highly recommend purchasing them and playing them in any way you can. For the most part, I believe the entire series is pretty good. think there might be one or two that are a bit weaker than the earlier ones. But honestly, it's just puzzles at the end of the day, and most of them are pretty fun. I won't make you sit through all of the credits, so I'd like to thank you for joining me for each and every one of these Professor Layton and the Curios Village episodes, and I hope you decide to stick around for whichever exciting series